Z predicts, Z predicts is the greatest show on the internet. Now let's welcome our host, Z. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And yesterday, we are doing NFL predictions for week 2. Now, I decided to add my fantasy football team with the NFL predictions each week. So yeah, we're going to look at my fantasy football team each week, too, that I drafted in the middle of summer. By the way, if you guys haven't seen it, link is in the description of that video, so go check out my team in that draft. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, we're here. My game day matchup, we beat our opponent 113-66. So, let's look at some how my players performed. We have Big Ben Roethlisberger, who scored 21 points. Pretty impressive. Lamar Miller, 11 points. Thomas Rawls with 5 points. Way to go, Thomas Rawls. There's a reason I drafted you in the second round, bud. Larry Fitzgerald with 20 points. It was an absolute monster that game. Allen Robinson with 7 points. 12 points for Julius Thomas. DeMarco Murray with 17 points. Mason Crosby with 9 points. Panthers defense with 8 points. Then there's my bench. And as you can see, Willie Snead absolutely fucking destroyed us. Willie Snead beat Allen Robinson. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, we won. So that was my team. I'll show you my team this week, who I added and stuff. Who did I add? I actually don't know who I added. Oh, I added Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was in the waivers, believe it or not. I added Derrick Henry during the offseason. And I think that was... Oh, and I added the Minnesota Vikings defense. So yeah, there's my fantasy team for this week. Let's get into the predictions. Alright, so we're here making the predictions. We got 3 games I want to go over last week. But first, my overall record from last week was 8-8. Not too bad, actually. Better than a losing record. But there were a couple games that screwed me over. First game I want to go over is the Carolina Panthers and Denver Broncos game. If you guys ever watched that game, it was a Super Bowl rematch of last year. It was a great game. I was rooting for Carolina to win because I want Carolina to do well this year. But I really do think Carolina deserved that win. Even though Denver played great and Carolina played great until the second half, it was an overall game, and Cam Newton took a lot of cheap shots. Von Miller has proven he's still king over Cam Newton. Yeah. The next game I want to talk about is the Kansas City Chiefs and San Diego Chargers. The Chiefs won this one 33-27. Why do I want to talk about this game? Well, San Diego was leading 27-3 at halftime. 27-3. And the Chiefs came back and won in overtime. Screw you, San Diego. San Diego obviously lost Keenan Allen. Big disappointment for them. That was probably a factor on why they fell apart the second half. But yeah, Kansas City came back and they did deserve that win. Good job, Kansas City. Now, obviously, the last game I want to talk about is my Buffalo Bills at Baltimore Ravens. I actually got this one right. After watching this game, I have absolutely no hope for the Bills this year. At this point, I'm even surprised. I'm gonna be surprised if we had more wins than the Browns. They just played that bad. But Baltimore won 13-7. Now you're probably thinking, "Will, that wasn't that bad." It was awful. Okay, it was awful. This is coming from a lifelong Bills fan. Okay. Tyrod Taylor played awful. We gave this guy, I think, $68 million, 7-year contract, $68 million, and he played like Mark freaking Sanchez. Tyrod Taylor played like Mark freaking Sanchez after getting paid like Aaron Rodgers. Screw you, Tyrod Taylor. And then Sammy Watkins has to go out there and get injured all the time. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. But yeah, Baltimore won. Alright, so we're going to go to week 2 now. We have the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills on Thursday Night Football. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Jets this one. Why? I just went off on Buffalo. I have no hope for them this season. In all seriousness, no, New York Jets have such a complete team. Still a little issue at their quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick isn't the best quarterback. He's only good because he's got Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker on the outside. They're like two of the biggest and best receivers in the NFL. But, yeah, New York Jets are going to win this one. All right, the next game I want to talk about is the Giants at the Saints. Now, for this one, it's a pretty even matchup on paper. New Orleans played a great game last week against Oakland. They lost only because Oakland went for it on 2 points at the last minute of the game. I'm going to have to go with New York in this one. Why? Even though they barely won against Dallas, their defense is looking great this year, okay? Their defense, they made some great additions during the offseason. New Orleans does not have a defense at all, okay? They have an offense, but they don't have a defense. New York Giants, on the other hand, have an offense and a defense. I'm going to have to go with Giants this one because I think they're the more complete team than the New Orleans Saints. The next game I want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Redskins. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Cowboys this one. Dak Prescott played pretty freaking good his NFL debut. I mean, he almost beat Eli Manning, who has 2 Super Bowls. Yeah. I'm going to have to go with Dallas on this one. I think Ezekiel Elliott will have a better game. Dak Prescott's going to have an even better game. And Dez Bryant, well, let's face it. They're going to not call a touchdown on him. They're going to say he dropped it. All right. Next game I want to pick is the Patriots and the Dolphins. I'm going to have to go with New England on this one. Honestly, I think New England could go undefeated this year. Why? Think about it this way. They beat Arizona Cardinals last week. Arizona is a Super Bowl pick. All the experts predicted that Arizona could go to the Super Bowl. Now, why is that surprising? Well, look at New England last week. They lost Tom Brady. They don't have Gronk. They don't even have half their offensive linemen. And they go out there and beat Arizona. So tell me now, will the Patriots beat the Dolphins? Yes. Will they go 4-0 without Brady? Yes. Patriots. All right, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one's probably my game of the week. I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh on this one. They don't have the best defense in the world, but Big Ben, D'Angelo Williams, Antonio Brown, Marcus Wheaton, they got that other kid, I don't remember his name, but they're going to light up Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got such a great team, too. I just don't really trust Cincinnati's offense right now. But yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, the next game we have is the San Francisco 49ers at the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton, Super Cam, against, well, bench Kaepernick. Yeah, 49ers arguably played really good last season. Not last season, last game. They annihilated the Rams, okay? The Rams, flat out just stopped even trying. They don't even look like they belonged in the NFL. Even Todd Gurley played bad. They locked up Todd Gurley. But yeah, I'm going to pick Carolina over this one. And this one is going to be my lock of the week. I guarantee you, Carolina is going to win this. The next game we have is the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, oh man. Cleveland, you're still Cleveland. Don't ever change. Yeah, I picked Cleveland last week over Philadelphia, and I was wrong. I was so wrong. I'm never going to pick Cleveland again. RG3 actually did not play bad last week. He actually played really good. The thing was, he got hurt, and he won't be back till week 9. I'm going with Baltimore on this one. We have the Tennessee Titans at the Detroit Lions. I'm going to pick Detroit in this one. It actually looked really good last week against Indianapolis. So, Detroit. We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Houston Texans. This is a pretty balanced game too, okay? I'm going to go with Kansas City in this one. I just think Alex Smith is going to rebound after last week. They didn't play their best game last week, but I think they're going to have a pretty solid game this week, okay? So, Kansas City Chiefs over the Houston Texans. Alright, Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks. Do I need to explain myself? 28-0 Rams, really. 28-0 against San Francisco. Against Blaine Gabbert, the worst starting quarterback in NFL history. Yeah, so Seattle's going to win this one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Arizona Cardinals. Famous Jameis won NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. He lit up Atlanta. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Carson Palmer lost to Jimmy Garoppolo. Really not Jimmy Garoppolo, but Bill Belichick. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with Tampa Bay on this one, actually. I was going to say Carolina, but I just thought Famous Jameis is going to light up that Cardinals defense. He's looking into a pretty solid quarterback. So Famous Jameis over the San Diego Cardinals. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the San Diego Chargers. Blake Bortles against Felipe Rios. San Diego Chargers over this one. Did I say San Diego Chargers? My bad. Jacksonville Jaguars on this one, only because they have a better team. Blake Bortles is a lot better. But Blake Bortles over Felipe Rios. Atlanta Falcons over the Oakland Raiders. Raiders in this one. Derek Carr looked amazing last week. If you haven't seen his little flip he did over, I don't know who he did it over, but he flew over a defender, hurdled him to go out of bounds.
Extra pressure coming. Carr gets away. Carr gets the first down.
But Oakland Raiders in this one, they have a better team. All right, we have the Indianapolis Colts against the Denver Donkeys. That's right, the Denver Donkeys. I'm going to have to go with Denver in this one. I think Trevor Siemian looked great last week. I think he's going to have another great week this week. Colts don't have a great defense at all. Plus, their offensive line is still pretty bad. Von Miller is going to single-handedly win that game for Denver. So Denver Broncos over the Indianapolis Colts. All right, we have the Green Bay Packers against the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Bradford's first game in Minnesota, as I presume it will be. So I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers over the Minnesota Vikings because, well, it's Sam Bradford. Green Bay Packers win this one. The Chicago Bears over the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, the Bears lost last week, but they actually didn't play that bad, okay? Carson Wentz played absolutely amazing last week. 278 yards and 2 touchdowns on his rookie debut. But don't forget, that was against the Browns. The Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to go with Bears in this one because the Bears actually are a better team than the Browns. The Browns. So Bears in this one. Alright guys, that is it for this episode of Z Predicts. I hope you guys like this. I'm really having a lot of fun with this series. I'll keep doing this every week as much as I can. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Drop a like on this video. Let's go for 1 like. 1 like. Alright. Without being said, enough said, this is Z signing off. I hope you guys have a great day and happy football. Football's back, baby.